Let me really hear this. That's what the hell I had to do. I was a dumb, simple Christian like everybody. I was a Christian minister, a preacher, coming out of preaching school. I said, let me listen to these brothers. Ooh, how I go to all these schools and I ain't never heard this scripture book. What? That is us. Hold up. What? This scripture here? Damn, New Testament, Old Testament, Apocrypha, old school, new school, need to learn though. Burn, baby, burn like Disco Inferno. Damn, I ain't know this. I ain't know none of this. Maybe if I wasn't just fighting against them brothers and listen for a second, just for a millisecond, let me hear what they, let me hear. Ooh, nah, they hitting it. Your ass want to march in the code. Stop telling us to wear masks. Shut up. What's going on? I don't know why it ended on YouTube, yo. It's a lock here. Did they kick me off of YouTube? I might have just got kicked off of YouTube. What did I say? Did I say something wrong, yo? Well, I mean, did I say something that violates the... Voting does keep us divided. They're trying to separate the tribes. Absolutely. I think I got kicked off of YouTube. Man. All right, what did I... Yo, man, y'all got to stop, man. How the hell you got... What hate speech? You're right, brother. They got me for hate speech, probably. What did I say that was hateful? Oh, I did call that man a piece of shit. I did. I did say he did look ugly like a turtle. He do got his neck is all jammed up. His neck is real bad. Like his neck... His neck is his chin. You know what I'm saying? Like his neck is his chin. And it's like his neck go right to his chest. So I don't know if it was the gobble or the turtle. Because you know how a turtle head and his neck is the same. You know? He do look like a turtle without the shell. He's a turtle without a half shell. You know what I'm saying? Turtle power. But anyway, I'm just describing him physically so people can understand who I was talking about. Jeez, I can't say who's young or old. I know you can't say that we can't talk about looks and appearances. I know you can't say that we can't talk about how people look because there's sodomites everywhere. The LGBTQ gay people is talking about what looks good and what looks bad everywhere you go. Y'all don't believe me? Listen to this article in the same paper. I must can't say that people look bad. I must can't say that somebody's unattractive. I can't do that? Oh, black people, you can't do that unless you are LGBTQ. You can talk all types of nonsense. You can say all types of garbage if you're LGBTQ. I heard one dude, what's his name? Jason Lee? What's his name? Jason Lee, right? Hollywood Unlocked. The weirdo gay dude. He's just flaming with arrogance. He's just flaming with prejudice against heterosexual. He just hates your mother. He hates your mother. He hates your mother and wants your wife to be a sodomite, to be his homegirl, to be under him. He was talking to a sister, a black woman, who will not call her son a girl. She won't do that. She has every right. She said, I'm the mother. I want to call my son by his name. This is my son. Oh, you can't do that. You're against the LGBTQ. You're wrong. You're just jealous because your daughter looks better than you. What? Said you worse than a crackhead. Shut your mouth. He was vulgar, man. To this black woman. I'm like, where the conscious community at? Where the pro-blackity blacks at? Them sodomites talk about people all the time, all day long. Am I right or wrong? Am I making this up? They can't stand cisgender. If I hear that, oh my goodness, I can't stand when they say the cisgender. Well, biologically, she's a gendered, pronounced, cisgendered. Shut up! Shut up. You sound stupid. You sound like an idiot, dummy. Well, I'm a pan bisexual. You're a pansexual? What, you like pan pizzas? What, you skillet fried a steak? What the hell is you talking about? A pansexual. Man, that means I have sex with anybody. Okay then. You're just a sodomite then. What are you talking about? That's just crazy. You're a weirdo. God damn, I can't say somebody don't look good. I think you guys are racist. I think the LGBTQ community is white supremacist. I think you white supremacists are against me. Why? Because I'm saying we shouldn't get involved with voting? You're against that? Isn't that my right? Black people look at you like you crazy. When you say I don't vote, they look at you like, this nigga is wild, yo. This nigga he must murder 7 kids up under that basement. He got women tied up in the attic. And Frank must be in his attic. That nigga is sick. And I say, isn't it my right not to vote? It's my right, right? Y'all what? It's my right. I can't say anything. If you don't vote, you don't talk. Shut up. You sound like an idiot. You sound like the oppressor. Why some Latinos are embracing new identity. Y'all see this? Why some Latinos are embracing new identity. What? Gender neutral Latinx. They gonna wipe us out. They trying to wipe out the northern tribes by just saying Latinx. Gender neutral. How the hell can we stand by and let something like that happen? How the hell is we just sitting here? First they want to wipe us out with abortion. Then they want to wipe us out with gender neutral Latinx, called more inclusive. To Edgar Gomez hearing Latinx for the first time felt like discovering the movie Selena. If you're a sodomite, man, please just be a sodomite and get your ass the hell on. Felt like the first time discovering Selena. So Edgar, when you saw Selena, discovering the movie Selena, the biopic celebrated by many people who grew up torn between their Latin American heritage and their American identity, Gomez felt seen. Felt seen. Brother, if you a man and you seen Selena, if you a brother and you seen the movie Selena, Shalom, Dwayne Davis, what up? Tashawn, how you doing? Sharonda, how you all doing? Y'all got any questions or comments, pop them in. Okay. You seen the movie Selena? You gotta act like you know. That made me appreciate my sisters, my brothers and my sisters from the other tribes. They are very talented. They are God's chosen people, the Mexicans, the Nicaraguans, the Panamanians, the Ecuadorians, the Costa Ricans, the Brazilians, the Chileans. All them, they my people too. The hell is y'all talking? It made you feel seen. So you're trying to say that your gender overcomes your ethnicity? So you're not Latino or Latina. You're a Latinx? What? Minnesota, what's up? You're a Latinx? Is that crazy? Does that make any sense to y'all? That sounds bananas. You're replacing your cultural identity with who you laying down in bed having sex with. Your sexual deviance, your sexual urge to put your penis in another man trumps over, or your sexual urge to eat the box of another woman, your sexual urge is over your ethnicity, your culture, your identity. That, to me, is white supremacy. That is absolutely white supremacy. You want to change your ways because you want... It's our turn, country singer Veronica Madrono says of the word Latinx. It is for people who protested patriarchy, who wanted to be themselves without fitting into that mold, to feel like they can finally put a name to the otherness that they feel. Okay, so you're against patriarchy, which means a man ruling, right? You're against men ruling. You're against patriarchy. So how do you feel about the gay man? So you're against the gay man? Okay. So the lesbians are against the gays when it's Latinx? You sound confusing. You sound dumb as hell. Anybody make it make sense? Am I wrong? Am I off? Come on, y'all, help me out. Am I off? Before they kick me off again. Come on, y'all. Help me out, y'all. Your side, you hit it right on the head, man. The truth is hate speech. That's right. I read a scripture. That must be hateful. It's like the truth hurts. That's right, sis. The truth is hateful, boy. Boy. This. You can't wait. Hold up. Let me get this video clip, because this is what they want y'all to be. They want y'all to be ridiculously confused. Okay. Did y'all see that Dr. Phil clip? That's the wrong one. It's lucky. I know I said I was going to get to the other one. Yusef, I'm going to get you. You know what, Yusef? Can I do that tonight? No, you know what, Yusef? I'm going to do it real quick. Okay, because they had this Matt Walsh. I think he's a doctor. Oh, he's an author. Okay, and the pronoun thing is being pushed amongst children to where it's corrupting everybody's basic English. That pronoun argument. Do y'all know what I'm talking about? I'm going to go over just a little bit today, y'all. Okay? This is what they're going to try to do. This is what they want to do, y'all. They're going to have this thing all twisted up. Y'all going to be Latinx. So what about... Y'all going to be down with Latinx? I don't get it. What the hell? Okay.
And I'm Ethan.
We've been together for about
5 years.
And married.
Do y'all see this? Do y'all see how crazy this thing is? Just, is this not ridiculous, y'all? Come on, like, is this? Are they joking? Is this a joke? This gotta be a joke. Y'all gotta be joking. So it's the bearded woman. And I think this is a brother. Or is it a sister? I don't know. Y'all, it's just so ridiculous. Satan wants you to be confused. And he does not want you to accept who you are as the 12 tribes of Israel. He does not want you to accept that. He wants you to accept what helps you bust a nut. What makes you climax or orgasm is more important than the law, statutes, and commandments. It's more important than your people, your nationality, your ethnicity. It's more important than your culture. It's more important than the Most High God. It's more important than your King, Jesus Christ, Yahweh Shai Mashiach. How you feel sexually is so much more important. That is sick, man. That is sexual deviant. It is. You have no control. You have no control. And let me tell y'all, this comes from another nation. This comes from these other nations and their wickedness. That is why the Most High wants us to separate. Because it's culturally found in those nations. Our laws never had us to be like that. I'm not saying that we didn't have people that went off and were wicked and sinned, okay, and did these wicked things. But as a nation of people, we had a respect for these laws, statutes, and commandments from the Most High. I was watching something, right? And I know this, but it always makes me. People have sex, but they won't kiss each other, right? These people having sex and they won't kiss each other because it's part of the plan. It's part of the agreement. We don't kiss each other because that's too close. That's too much. That ain't the program. The program is for me to bust a nut, you for bust a nut, whatever. What? These people don't understand sex. Your rod go inside of a vagina. You open your legs to somebody. Your most intimate part that's covered up the most, or should be, and you don't kiss the person? Y'all don't know about sex. Y'all don't know about it. Y'all don't know about intimacy and love making. Y'all don't. Because we rather follow this trash right here. We rather follow this trash right here. It shows and proves that who you have sex with should be guided by the laws of the Most High. Because it creates discipline. And you know what it creates too? It creates the true understanding of it. And it makes it better. It makes it better. Excuse my language if I'm being vulgar. You put your mouth on a person's private parts. You will put your mouth on their private parts, but you won't kiss them. I'm talking about like before. Y'all know what I'm saying. Come on now, y'all. Or, you know, you're intimate. It's your business. But this is accepted? Y'all weird, man. Y'all off the chain. Come on now. Come on now. Get it together, man.
I'm Addison.
And I'm Ethan.
We've been together for about
5 years.
And married
for 3 years.
I use they, them pronouns. Being non-binary just means that I just don't identify with the gender I was assigned at birth, and I don't identify exclusively with being a man or woman. I'm something in between, outside of that binary.
My pronouns are he or they. I also identify as a non-binary. To me, being non-binary means having the sense of freedom to explore my gender in whichever way I want.
Okay, so that was a woman. See, you got his breast chopped off, okay, which is horrible. which is sad. So once again, cover your ears, y'all. Remember in the movie Nutty Professor? Remember the scene Nutty Professor where they go out to the screen, they go on a date to screen at the club, the comedy club, right? It's a nice little club, and they sitting at the table, and Reggie come on stage and he bombing everybody, bang, bang, this table, that table, and when that's right, sis, it's an absolutely abomination. That's right, sis, it is weird. When he goes to get on the table that the Nutty Professor is on, and that Jada Pinkett is on. Now Jada Pinkett is small and slim, and she doesn't have large breasts. And her brother, Eddie Murphy, the Nutty Professor, you know, he's playing a character that's heavy set, real heavy set. Okay. So his chest is big, not muscular, but because of his weight, it's fat. So remember, he going through the crowd, and he catch him and go boom. Hey! Who's sucking whose titties over here? So I don't get the point. Okay.
I don't have to perform or pretend to be someone I'm not. I can be my authentic self.
That's really important.
I can be my authentic self. You just said you go by he and they. You go by the term he and they. What the hell is a they? That is not your authentic self. That's not your authentic self. And you with this thing right here? So you the they and this is the this.
For us to share more information with people because people are curious, they want to understand, but sometimes they don't always have the opportunities to do that.
This is a hot topic.
Yes.
That's a good thing, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Why is it a good thing?
I guess because it creates dialogue and it invites conversation.
So did the woman man refer to the man woman? Like I'm a submit to my husband. like he said that's a good thing, right? And he turned. I don't know what the hell are they? This is stupid. Because you know the woman is when the question gets asked, you know the woman is saying how you doing, whatever, and then turn to her husband like I'm a submit to my husband and let my husband speak. Is that what just happened? But that's the woman, right? That's the they.
To learn about other people.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people are really confused about gender identity.
All right, y'all. I'm tired of hearing this. Let's learn about other people. Trash. Let's learn about others' identities and being who they are and respecting and appreciating who they are and what they want to. Y'all don't love black. Y'all don't care about black people. You don't care about Mexicans. You don't care about Native Americans. You don't care about West Indians. What the hell is y'all talking about? Joe Biden put the Haitians back on a plane to Haiti. And people seeking refuge, man. People are dying. And y'all talking about, this is a great topic so we can talk about what people want to accept. Shut your, this is stupid. That's right. Yakuza. Absolutely, brother. Dying on the border. They still got babies in cages. Still got babies in cages, man. The prison population is still high as hell. High as hell, man. The prison population is high as hell. ODing, people ODing on drugs. Oh, y'all got y'all legalized weed, so yeah, y'all don't care about nothing else. People ODing is fentanyl. People murder. The murder rate was sky high last year. 35 murdered in Syracuse. That's a high number for small Syracuse. The cops getting shot. The brothers. I'm not saying brothers joined the police force, but it was brothers that got shot, man. Brothers was killing each other. Some brothers shot up the cops. 2 Northern Tribe brothers. And this is what we talking about? We talking about this? This is what we talking about? And the one that his name was Eddie. It was a. Come on, man. The he-they is from one of the 12 tribes. I don't know who this is right here. This is Caesar Borgia right here. This is Caesar Borgia.
In these times, and it's good for us to have these conversations. People open their minds and relearn and unlearn to what we've been taught.
Right. And Addison, many people think gender pronouns are exclusive to the LGBTQ plus community, but that's a misconception, true?
Yeah. Well, everybody has pronouns. Like, you may use he and him as your pronouns, right? I use they and them as my pronouns. We all may have a certain...
That is against the English language. You can't, you're going against English. As a single person, you can't say they and them if you're a single person. You can't, that goes against English. So now, we have to change the entire English language because you want to put a rod in your behind. You're a man and you want to put a rod in your behind. You want to wear a dress and some lipstick. So, because you want to do that, the entire English language has to be altered. This is stupid.
Gender pronoun too, but I think it's important for people to
And she's sitting here. Look how little she is. She little. So this the man. Right? But look how they dress. She is denying that she is a Hispanic Latino. That she is a Latina. That she comes from a culture. Now that goes out the window. Because you just want to have sex with this thing right here? You're foul, man. You disgusting. You stupid.
understand that for trans and non-binary people, we often change our pronouns to reflect who we are when we come out and be who we are.
How do you explain the difference between sex and gender?
I consider sex to be our biological makeup. Our chromosomes, or hormones, our genitals is a biological makeup. But our gender is more of an internal sense. So think of it like this. Sex is what's between the legs, and gender is what's between the ears, right? It's how we see ourselves on the inside.
Okay. And that's something somebody can't know. Gender is something somebody can't know just by looking at somebody.
No, yeah. Because everyone is going to present and express themselves in a different way. I know, it's very confusing, right? Everyone's like, what is going on? But it's really, about us breaking that assumption that we can tell someone's identity, someone's story, their pronouns, even their name, just based on how they look, right?
Yeah. And so how does someone ask? How does somebody clarify that? Ethan, what's the best way? What's the most comfortable way?
I think for me, to create a safe space for people to share their pronouns, I will say, hi, my name is Ethan, I use he or they pronouns. What about you?
I think it's really important for us to recognize other people's pronouns because, again, we can't make that assumption. But for so many people who are cisgender, meaning that you do identify with the gender that you were assigned at birth, you're not transgender or not non-binary, I think a lot of people don't even question their pronouns because we already use them and it's already assumed correctly. But for so many trans and non-binary people, that isn't often assumed correctly. So we need to take the time to get to know people.
Cisgender, it says adjective that describes a person whose gender identity matches or aligns.
How the hell is you changing just saying male and female? You're changing male and female, man, woman, by saying cisgender. What the hell? The devil that the Bible speaks of. And you falling for it because it's white supremacy behind this. Hold on, let me read this right here in this article. Like that feeling of being represented accurately for the first time, said Gomez, who is non-binary and uses the pronouns he, she, or they. Just say you use everything, goddammit. Shut up. You just said who uses the pronouns he, she, or they. That's how I felt when I discovered the word Latinx. Like, oh, finally, someone found a way to reflect me. Critics say Latinx is a made-up word forced on Latinos and Hispanics by progressive white people. By progressive white people. They describe it as an appropriation of Spanish, a heavily gendered language where nouns are assigned masculine or feminine properties. A spoon is feminine, a fork is masculine. Oh my goodness. It's an object. They're objects. And you want to change your identity because the language has masculine and feminine terms? You guys are disgusting. It doesn't have any, a spoon don't have no feelings. A spoon don't know if you're calling it a he or a she. It don't matter. So you want to change your ethnicity.
With the gender he or she was assigned at birth. Now, this would be what has been traditional for centuries, right? Why does it need a term?
You know, if we don't use that term, then we end up saying maybe real men or normal men or regular men, right? Or we just say men, and then we say maybe transgender men, right? And the thing is that we need to realize that trans women are women. Trans men are men too. And so we just want to have a term for that privilege, that assumption that your gender identity is going to match the one that you were assigned at birth.
All right. And then transgender adjective describes a person whose gender identity does not match or align with the gender they were assigned at birth. And then non-binary describes a person whose gender identity does not fit into the traditional binary of man or woman. And that term can be abbreviated to, and how do you pronounce that?
Envy.
Envy.
Envy, yeah.
Okay, and explain that.
For transgender people, we are assigned a sex at birth, and when we grow up, when there's a mismatch of how we view ourselves.
The oppressor is the devil, the Bible speaks of.
Then
Absolutely.
we can choose to, either medically transition or just socially transition, or both.
My name is Matt Walsh, and I've written a book called Johnny the Walrus. This book is about identity and imagination. He identifies as a walrus, and his mom's a little silly. She takes it seriously and thinks he really is a walrus. So she went on her phone, and there are people telling her that this isn't pretend, he's really a walrus. And his mother takes him to the doctor to have him surgically transitioned, and gets him walrus hormone pills, and then eventually tries to drop him off at a zoo to live with other walruses. Not only topping the Amazon charts, my book has taken the world by storm.
You're saying that there should be no construct of gender, just sex. You're either male or female.
Right.
And someone feeling in a mental, emotional way that they don't identify with the sex that they have been biologically created as and assigned at birth based on their genitalia. If they don't feel that way, that there's no construct that describes that, experiences that.
Well, that's got nothing to do with the realities. You can feel however you want. I mean, I could sit here and say that I feel like a tomato plant, but that doesn't mean that I'm actually in those things. So your self-perception, you can have whatever self-perception you want, but you can't expect me to take part.
Now, I will shout out the sister, Angela Stanton King. She was the one that was on this show before, and I showed y'all the clip of the sister on the show with her, Slovakia, with her son and her daughter. Her son is a transgender sodomite twerking on Instagram, right? And she said that before. She said, I can identify as a rich white man, but that doesn't make me a rich white man. So what he's saying is, I can identify as a tomato plant, but I'm not a tomato plant. Like his book. The little boy said he a walrus. And the mother said, you are a walrus. Give him some walrus pills. And take him to the zoo so he can live with the walruses. People are just going to start saying anything.
Part in that self-perception, or to take...
And what is this opening up everything for you? What is this LGBTQ? What is eventually coming? If it's not on the list now. What is next? What is next on the list, y'all?
Part of this kind of charade, this theatrical production, you don't get your own pronouns, just like you don't get your own prepositions or your own adjectives. You know, it's like if I were to tell you, my adjectives are handsome and brilliant, and no matter whatever you're talking about me, you have to describe me as handsome and brilliant because that's how I identify. It makes no sense. You don't get your own pronouns. That's grammar. That's language.
So you think it's a delusion? Someone is self-delusional?
Yeah, I think it's delusion. It could be mental illness. It could be it's a lot of different. With children, you know, there's also just a basic confusion that all kids have. Like that's why when you hear someone, a parent say, "Oh, my 4-year-old son came to me and said that I'm a girl now, and so that's what I'm gonna raise him as a girl." No, you're a 4-year-old. I have 4 kids. When a 4-year-old boy comes to you and says, "Oh, I'm a girl," here's a good follow-up question. What is a girl? Ask him what he means by that. What do you mean by girl? And when you ask him that, here's what he'll tell you. He will tell you what he really means is that he wants to do some of the things that girls do, like play with the dollhouse, or you know, he likes the color pink. That's fine, play with the dollhouse, but you're still a boy.
Slacky, yo. Slacky. And you're not having the authorization over the commercial is playing.
According to New York state law, it's forbidden to make small talk on an elevator.
That's a question I would like to throw out to other members of the panel, actually, because just like the 4-year-old can't answer what is a girl, well, this is one of the problems with this left-wing gender ideology, is that no one who espouses it can even tell you what these words mean. It's like, what is a woman? Well, can you tell me what a woman is?
No, I can't. Because it's not for me to say. Womanhood looks different for everybody.
What do you define a woman as?
An adult human female.
And what does a female mean?
Well, that's
how do you define
someone with female reproductive organs.
Okay.
Someone who's, you know, here's the thing, when you're female, it goes right down to your bones, your DNA. So that's why if someone dies,
okay,
we can dig up their bones 100 years from now. We have no idea what they believed in their head, but we can tell what sex they were because it's down in.
The brother said, and you're absolutely right, Yakazak. It's humiliating that a devil has to be the voice of reason. The reason why they allow him to speak is because of what? Come on, brother. Tell me why. Who's been saying this since 1969? Who's been saying this since 1969? You're absolutely right. They use the devil as the voice of reason, but who's been saying this since 1969? The ISUPK has been saying this since 1969. You're absolutely right.
Ingrained in every fiber of their being.
Interesting. So I'm trying to understand. Your definition is that a woman is someone who is female, you said, right?
Correct. Is a biological female.
So what happens if we have maybe someone who is female, identifies as a woman, right? You know, cisgender woman, right? As you just explained, but maybe doesn't have the ability to reproduce. Maybe doesn't have those organs that you're talking about that are reproductive organs.
I have answered the question. You stood up here and said trans women are women.
Yes.
Tell me what you mean. What is a woman?
Womanhood is something that, just as Ethan explained, I cannot define because I am not myself.
You used the word. So what did you mean when you said trans women are women if you don't know what it means?
Right. So here's the thing. So I do not define what a woman is because I do not identify as a woman. Womanhood is something that is an umbrella term. It includes people
that describes what?
People who identify as a woman.
Identify as what?
As a woman.
What is that?
Was to each their own.
I heard what the Sodomite said, right? Sodomite and Gomorrah, right? You heard what he said when he said, what if a woman can't have children? Women still have the DNA. A female still has the DNA. Like if a woman can't have children, she still has the DNA of a woman. Her body is still set up as a woman who can have children. Even if she can't have children, she still has the makeup and the construct that was created for females of that of all women. Stop playing the game, man. Y'all, and this Latinx stuff is destroying us heavily. Listen to this, y'all. Okay. But to Gomez and many people of Latin American origin who use the term, it's a found missing puzzle piece, a way to signal to others community and shared values. It's not just a white people word. Yeah, it is. It absolutely is, and it's disgusting. Let me go ahead, man.
Each woman, each man, each person is going to have a different relation with their own gender identity and define it differently. And so trans women are women too. And
why did people just clap? He didn't answer the question. People just clap, but he didn't answer the question. And look at this. And look at this filthy sodomite. Look at this filthy sodomite. You denied yourself of your entire ethnicity just so you can lay with this sodomite. And you really a woman. It don't make no sense. He's sticking his rod in you. What the hell is going on? So what was the point? It's a mental illness. It's delusional. He's sticking his rod in her.
Woman, each man, each person is going to have a different relation with their own gender identity and define it differently. And so trans women are women too.
Why would people clap to that? You identify to whatever you feel comfortable with? That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense. So there is no order. There is no construct. There is no place. There is no reason. It's illogical. What the hell did he just say? He just said womanhood is for whoever wants to describe to be under the umbrella as a woman. What? That doesn't make any sense.
You want to reduce women, you want to reduce men down to maybe just their genetics, our genitals, our chromosomes, right? That's what you're saying.
What you want to do is appropriate women. You want to appropriate womanhood and turn it into basically a costume that can be worn.
Oh! He took what Dave Chappelle said. He taking what the ISUPK been saying. You can't change what a real woman is. You try to appropriate a real woman. Black women should be offended and should join the ISUPK. Hispanic women should be offended and join the ISUPK. Native American men shall be offended. Black men should be offended. We should all be offended and join the ISUPK. This is an offense. They're trying to appropriate.
I'm really concerned about what's going on in schoolrooms across the country.
The entire gender pronoun situation.
And like the brother said, they're trying to make the devil the voice of reason. The reason being is because they're trying to use us. They're trying to use blacks and Hispanics and natives as the face of wickedness. Everything against the Bible, they want you to be the face of. They want you to be the face of abortion. They want you to be the face of gender identification, Latinx. There's another article in here. I'm not going to read the whole article. I'm just going to read the headline. This is about the attack on the synagogue in Texas that happened about 3-4 days ago. Right? No, about 5 days ago. 6-7 days ago, excuse me. 7 days ago. Okay? American Jews know too well praying in peace comes at a cost. American Jews know too well. The American Jews know too well. For them to be in a synagogue, they know it comes comes at a cost. For them to have peace comes at a cost. They fighting. Jewish people fighting. They serious about having their synagogues and being separate. And they know it comes at a cost. They know these people hate them. That group of people hate them. They know about it. And they defend themselves and they serious about it. And they know it's a cost to it. They know they got to build up their money, build up their nation, build up their organizations, build up their people, build up their funding, build up their religions. They have to build all that up. And they ain't against it. Tell black and Hispanic people to come together. Let's unite and let's build up our own. Nah, we want to reject it so we can be Latinx and gender identification and abortion and Democrats and Republicans and independents. Vote for Joe Biden. Vote for Bernie Sanders. Vote for this one. Vote for that one. You're denying who you are. You are the 12 tribes of Israel. And the Bible is our law, statutes, and commandments. It's our constitution. It's our way of life. It's our culture. And you won't have any pedophiles if we follow this. So if you don't have any pedophiles, you don't have any rapists. Hello? You believe that sex is marriage and sex is important. It's not some game that you play. You won't have the LGBT community. We won't have abortion. Uh-oh. 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 We won't have these deviant and these atrocities amongst our people if we came together and identified with who we were and who we are as a people. That's the true identification. Latinx, stupid. You put an X at the end of Latin. That don't make no goddamn sense.
Makes me feel very upset.
People may think that if you don't want to use the preferred pronouns, that you're against gay people. This is 100% untrue. I am a huge advocate for gay people, trans people, and the like.
Stacy and I both have children in the same school district.
I learned that the teachers in my children's school were asking for the kids' preferred pronouns in the classroom. When I heard about this, it was extremely upsetting.
Last year, my son was given a homework assignment. I gave an example of a child not identifying with the gender that they're born with. This is an example of homework that was given to my 8-year-old son. If a student is unsure of their place in the gender spectrum or is experimenting with different forms of gender presentation, school uniforms can present a real challenge.
Oh my gosh. What is gender spectrum?
That's a great question. My son was really confused. I feel like I'm ambushed because now I'm explaining to my son. He asked me, what does sexist mean? As a parent, I felt trapped. I felt I had to explain these concepts to my son. I felt like I was whittling away his innocence. This year, my 12-year-old daughter had a science teacher ask the class about their preferred gender pronouns.
I don't want a teacher talking to my child about gender pronouns. It is not appropriate. It's crossing a line. It's unacceptable. This is a parent-child issue, not a teacher-child issue. I wanted my kids to have nothing to do with it. I had to pull both of my kids out of the school district.
I've decided not to pull my children out of the school district, but I'm fighting for change. I've been attending school board meetings for about a year now. What's happening across the country is teachers could get fired if they use the wrong gender pronoun. That just seems wrong.
This is my mission in life, to protect my children, and however I need to do that, I will. What Matt and I and a group of us are doing is we're working to have the school board removed completely. A lot of people I know, a lot of parents I know are afraid to speak up, and I speak for them, and I'm not afraid.
So let's say you have to read an incredibly long email from your boss that you have to finish before the big meeting starts in 10 minutes. Or you're cramming for an exam the night before, but can't bear to keep your eyes open to read one more textbook chapter. Or you're reviewing a dense legal document that could change your life forever.
Arlo, how old is the baby now?
That's right. He do look like Caesar Borgia, don't he? That's Caesar Borgia up there. I'm confused too, sis. Sister, and when I say sis, I mean SIS. Because they think I'm saying cisgender. Yo, y'all nuts, man. Y'all people is sick.
Oh, Sparrow's actually going to be 4 in February.
Has Sparrow decided as...
Oh, a gender?
Yes.
Oh, that's a great question. Sparrow is in a point of learning and exploration with a lot of things, including gender. Language with children at 4 is very, they're figuring it out. And so currently, Sparrow uses he for everyone. It doesn't matter what their pronouns are. We mentioned it. They just call everyone he. They don't conjugate it correctly. They don't use him or his or anything. Just he for everything. So we joke that he is Sparrow's preferred pronoun because that's what they use for everyone. As far as for themselves, though, they're not coming consistently saying, I would like, I want to be a boy or a girl, or I feel like I'm non-binary. We don't have heavy, in-depth, overt communications. It's not like every morning I wake them up and say, all right, what's your gender today, hoping they'll finally give me an answer. So it doesn't come up like that.
Okay. You decided this was important to leave unspecified, undetermined. Why?
Because of the fact that gender is so social, and it is such a social construct. Now, we say we shouldn't interact with one another differently because of our genders. Everyone deserves the same respect and treatment. But it has been scientifically proven that children are interacted with very differently based on whether they are assumed to be a boy or a girl. Girl children are held more, boy children are given, mechanical toys more often, all of these kind of examples and anecdotes. And I felt it was important for Sparrow to get the chance to figure themselves out without all of that pressure, intervention, and programming.
Seems like we should just keep the dialogue going and hopefully find some middle ground.
I have a question. Arlo, you mentioned that you don't have your child discussing pronouns or figuring out their pronouns yet, and yet in school our kids are being asked what their pronoun is. I'm confused about how that works, and then there's always this fluidity right around what pronoun you are each day, so it's constantly changing. How confusing.
I think
for
what
kids.
I think what it is that I sympathize with the hurt and distress that I sense from you all. I also wouldn't want my child to learn things from their teachers at school that were topics I was uncomfortable with, or I didn't know how I'd want to talk about them. Your children are going to need to know how to navigate a world in which non-binary and transgender people exist.
This is a great conversation to have at home, out of the school. This should not be part of the curriculum.
We're out of time, but I thank everyone for your thoughts and ideas and for remaining civil about the conversation.
A dispute over gender pronouns.
I don't identify exclusively with being a man or a woman. I use they and them as my pronoun.
Yeah, sis. It's like that. It's crazy like that, sis. I don't know either. The madness. All right, so let me go here. Okay. Let me get back to Latinx. In fact, most white people I talk to aren't even aware of the word Latinx because it's not something that has to do with them, said Gomez, whose memoir, High Risk Homosexual, about growing up Nicaraguan, arrived this month. Many high-profile Latinos are increasingly championing Latinx identity. Pop stars Becky G and Shakira use Latinx. Political leaders Julian Castro and U.S. Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez referred to Latinx voters. Actors John Leguizamo, Camila Mendez, Indaya Moore, and Zoe Salanda have taken it up as well. So because the actors and actresses do it, we supposed to follow it. Because a couple of politicians do it, we supposed to go, yes, Latinx. Latinx is stupid. Because it's gender identification. It's subjective to us. How about we worried about the babies that's in cages? How about we worry about the high rape rate amongst our Hispanic people? Huh? How about we worry about that? How about we worry about the incarceration rate and the drugs? How about we worry about that? How about we fix something real? How about we do that? How about we change the poverty and the crime in the Hispanic community? How about we do that, the so-called Hispanic? How about we get our people out the goddamn Catholic Church? It's great to identify as Latinx. Latinx emerged with feminist activists in the 1990s across Latin America and in the United States. More people learned of the term after a mass shooting claimed many LGBTQ Hispanics at the Pulse nightclub in Orlando in June 2016. So they got shot up at the club. So because they got shot up in the club, the term Latino has to be put away with. And now the Latinx term has to be accepted. And we take the Latinx term and we must be respected by using the Latinx term. Did that stop the murder rate? Did that stop the crime? They murdering women in Latin America. They going on some real rampage down there. Sex trafficking is high amongst Latinos, Hispanics, so-called, the northern tribes. The sex trafficking is rampant. They're abducting babies and children and women, raping and murdering them. Did that stop? Because now we want to use the term Latinx? You white supremacists disgust me because you white supremacists are behind it. You white feminists are nothing but white supremacists that want to push your agenda to poor blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. To blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. That's what you want to push. You want us to push your agenda. Your disgusting filth. Let me go on to the next topic. Okay, let's get on to the next one. Okay, you heard about Regina King's son.
On the Breakfast Club.
Well, our condolences go out to Regina King and her family. Her son, Ian Alexander Jr., has died by suicide. She did release a statement to people saying, "Our family is devastated at the deepest level by the loss of Ian. He is such a bright light who cared so deeply about the happiness of others. Our family asks for a respectful consideration during this private time. Thank you." He just turned 26 on Wednesday, and he was her only child as well.
Wow. Sending their family healing energy. We was just having this conversation on the air Friday. You know what I mean? We was talking about the Kevin Gates situation. And that's why you just got to be kind to people because you never know what somebody's, going through internally. So it's sending Regina King and her family healing energy for sure.
And people were looking at his social media to see where his headspace was at before that. One of the things that he tweeted just a few days ago, "I don't think Instagram is healthy for me." And he also tweeted, that episode of SpongeBob where they go inside his brain and it's a bunch of mini SpongeBobs just losing their ish? Yeah, that one really hits home.
Damn.
And that was just 5 days before he passed.
What if he was talking to anybody? What if he was sitting down with a therapist or a psychiatrist or anybody?
But we'll respect the family and give them their privacy and also give our condolences because that has to be the most hurtful thing that could happen.
Absolutely.
All right, now girls trip.
All right, now girls trip. Shut up. That's our problem. That's our problem. Now, let me get to this real quick. Blavidity.com. Ooh, the Moabites. Y'all like them Moabites. Some of y'all cats like them Moabites for some nasty, disgusting, filthy reason. I don't know. Ew, flat face. Flat face. Okay. Before they, start shutting me down again. Aquafina. And that's disrespectful right there. Aquafina. That's disrespectful. That's a blatant disrespect to black people. She's trying to make fun of black people's name. Aquafina. That ain't her name. Her name Chung Lee or something like that. Her name Jin Chin. Her name Ming Ling. Her name Love You Long Time. That's what the hell her name is. Spot and Bath. That's what the hell her name is. Hurry up and buy. That's her name. That's what her name is. Dim Sum. Panda Express. That's her name, God damn it. She want to disrespect us and call herself Aquafina as a character. Aquafina continues to face backlash after receiving NAACP Image Award nomination. Who the hell is the NAACP? I challenge the NAACP to a debate. ISUPK versus the NAACP. We challenge you to a debate. We challenge you to a sit down. To a Zoom conference. Because your ass too scared to go outside. You already gave Donald Sterling an Image Award nomination. You gave him an Image Award. Donald Sterling was the one that was saying all those racist comments about the Clippers. The team that he owned. Y'all remember that? They already accepted Rachel Dolezal. They ain't do no background check on that. Rachel Dolezal was running the NAACP, claiming she was a black woman. Well, she voted for Joe Biden, so she must be black. You dummies. The crazy rich Asian star has been slammed for her alleged hypocrisy. Actress Awkwafina, who has been criticized for misappropriating black culture, is facing more backlash after being nominated for an NAACP Image Award. Twitter users immediately followed up with criticism on Tuesday after the 33-year-old Asian actress received the nomination for Outstanding Character Voiceover Performance in Disney's Raya and the Last Dragon. What does that have to do with the NAACP? The National Association for Advancement of Colored People. What does that have to do with the NAACP? It's a Disney cartoon movie about Chinese people. Black people. Black people. What the hell is wrong with us, man? Why we gotta latch on to every heathen? Every other nation? Stop trying to be like everybody else. Stop accepting everybody else. Regina King just lost her son. The hell are we giving her an award for? Regina King does voiceovers for black cartoons. The Boondocks. Give it a goddamn break for once. Stop trying to be a sodomite for acceptance. Stop trying to be with the Asians for acceptance. Stop trying to be with the Edomites, the white people, for acceptance. Give it a goddamn break. Can you give it a break for once? Can you say, time out, let me just chill for a goddamn minute? Y'all take a break off of social media. You take a break from watching this type of show. Oh, I'm going to take a break for now. Goddamn, you take a vacation from your slavery. I'm going to take a vacation. Work is getting a little too much. I just want to take a break. God damn. Take a break from the other nations for once. Look at this. On the red carpet. Congratulations to Awkwafina for her NAACP Image Award nomination for Outstanding Character Voiceover Performance in Disney Raven. Y'all didn't think this was an embarrassing choice? A woman who blacked it up to get on? Y'all thought, I know she used to put on a fake black accent to get famous, but that's the past. She's great. Exactly what we need. Let's give her an NAACP form. We love minstrels. Yeah! Let me see if the sister says something. I think the sister's saying, are you serious? Yeah. I'm glad the sister came out and talked about it. Previously reported, Awkwafina said she doesn't audition for roles where she'd have to use an Asian accent or mock the Asian community. Oh! At the same time, the actress has been called out for using a black accent in her roles. As a result, the Crazy Rich Asian star has been slammed for her alleged hypocrisy. Awkwafina is so strange for saying this. In one instance, you don't want Asian people to be stereotyped in film, which is great. But then you go on make mockery of what you depict in a black accent, despite having a normal speaking voice. That's true. Here we go. Hopefully, there we go.
Sleep, cause she might disappear. So I follow the queen, let me dream, but don't sleep. Don't sleep, cause she might disappear. So
you hear Biggie playing in the background? Hypnotized playing in the background. Yeah, she using poetry like how we would use poetry. Don't sleep, don't sleep. Yeah, yeah. Your cool run, your cool run. Your buck teeth, your buck teeth. Your shrimp fried rice, your shrimp fried rice. Hurry up and bye. Funky ass. Get your feet out the sink while you cooking, you dirty bastards. How about that?
wait, right? She came out and follow the queen, let me dream, but don't sleep. Don't sleep, cause she might disappear.
Follow the queen and live your dream.
Let me dream, but don't sleep. Don't sleep, cause she might disappear. Saw that? Wait, right? She came out good. She like this.
It's lit, right? It's lit, right? She came back though.
Alright, that's it, and we're following the queen, and we're following the queen.
It's our only choice. The turnover of pickpockets is huge.
Where's she at? Where that bitch at?
Where's she at? Where that bitch at? That's what they think about black women. Cause she want to do the black accent. She want to do the black language. She want to talk about queen. Right? Where that bitch at? Black women, y'all better get down. Black men, you better get down. You gonna battle everybody. Bruce Lee ain't kicking my ass.
Shit. Wanna call Lifeline? Alright, that one is mine. Follow the queen, let me dream, but don't sleep. Don't sleep, cause she might disappear. Saw that? Wait, right? She came out good. She like this. Alright, that's it, and we're following the queen, and we're following the queen.
It's our only choice. The turnover of pickpockets is huge.
Where's she at? Where that bitch at? Where's she at? Wait, right?
Thank Martin Luther King. Thank you, Martin Luther King. Thank you, Barack Obama. He like, what's wrong with this? I don't see nothing wrong with it. Thank you, Barack Obama. Thank y'all. Huh? I thought this award show was to celebrate black people only. Y'all are selling out now. That's it, sister. That's it from the islands. That's it, Benjamite sisters. Benjamite brothers. Look at that. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Are people seriously not aware that colored people means people of color, i.e. minorities, meaning everyone except us white folk? Why are you mad at the Chinese? Because you use the term melanin. Y'all do, you stupid dummies. But you can't put ISUPK in that box. Because we don't use that melanin or people of color. No. No, we don't. No, we don't. And we are absolutely outraged and disgusted by you filthy heathens. Everybody that's not an Israelite. A born Israelite. A so-called Negro. A so-called West Indian. A so-called Hispanic. A so-called Latino. A so-called native indigenous of North, Central, and South America. We make up the 12 tribes of Israel. I'm glad people are finally calling this out. That's right, y'all. One of the most annoying things about Aquafina is that the farewell show, there's a competent actress under the black scent, but she instead decided to build her career doing shit like this. Excuse my language, y'all. I'm reading the comments. Okay, let's see.
But you can't swerve.
I'm not gonna swerve, not for her.
Y'all chickens are bitches. But you can't swerve.
I'm not gonna swerve, not for her.
Y'all chickens are bitches, dude.
And I'm not a chicken.
You're not a chicken. You gonna roll up to that wedding. You gonna be like, fuck, bitch. But you can't swerve.
I'm not gonna swerve, not for her.
Y'all chickens are bitches, dude.
And I'm not a chicken.
You're not a chicken. You gonna roll up to that wedding. You gonna be like, fuck, bitch. But you can't swerve.
I'm not gonna swerve, not.
I guess the list just goes on, y'all. I guess it just doesn't stop. I guess the racism never stops. Does the racism ever stop from these Asian people? Oh, I got something else for y'all. How about this one? I ain't signing up for China. How about this one, y'all? Basketball game in China with the brothers on the basketball team. They're getting on the bus after the game.
What you've done before today is not my concern.
Salakia, y'all. Excuse me, I do not own authorization or copyright of the commercial. It's playing on a news broadcast.
In a disturbing video circulating on social media, you can hear basketball fans in China repeatedly shouting racist slurs, including the N-word, at American basketball player Sonny Weems, telling the 35-year-old to China. Weems, who briefly played in the NBA, now plays for the Guangdong Southern Tigers, part of the Chinese Basketball Association. The incident happened after a game last Thursday in Changchun, China. On the court, a fight broke out between Weems and Chinese player Han Dejun. Both were expelled from the game. As Weems exited his bus post-game, some fans wearing the opposing team's jersey shouted the racially...
These is brothers getting off this bus. Y'all seen them brothers get off this bus? Now, I heard the actual video. I saw the actual video. Okay? And in the actual video, nigger. Nigger! Nigger, get out of China! Clear as ever. Not when you go in a Chinese store. Not when you go in a Chinese restaurant. Not when you go get that hair. Or them lashes or them nails. Not when you go to the salon. Not when you go to the spa for the $5 sucky long time after the after party or whatever they call it. The happy after. Happy ending, right? You hear all types of accents you can't hear or understand. No way you can communicate with them. But when they say nigger, oh my goodness, they say nigger clearly. They sound so. And get out of China? They're real smart.
Han De-jun. Both were expelled from the game. As Weems exited his bus post-game, some fans wearing the opposing team's jersey shouted the racially charged words. In a statement released Friday, the CBA condemned the incident, writing, "The CBA has a zero-tolerance attitude toward any discriminatory words or deeds, and in an open letter to fans, asked them to, quote, resist uncivilized behavior." Both teams likewise condemning the fans' behavior. The Liaoning team writing, "What a fan should do is to cheer for players on the field, rather than insult, disrespect, or even abuse opponents off the court." Taiwanese-American player Jeremy Lin immediately jumped to Weems' defense, posting on his Chinese social media Weibo account, "The abuse Weems received really was disrespectful. That word carried so much hurt, unfairness, and hatred that I couldn't put into words." CNN reached out to Weems, but did not immediately hear back. His last post on his official Weibo page, hearts. A surge of supportive comments from Chinese fans.
Hearts! Hearts, nigga! I just said it. I just said it. They called you a nigger. They called you nigger. They said nigger. So nigga, you gonna put up hearts, nigga? So you the hearts nigga in China. You the we are the world, peaceful, love, and happiness, nigga. We are family. We are family. Am I making this up? We are family. Do you see this? Brother, it ain't that serious, man. To join them. Leave them. Leave them, man. You ain't they family. That's not your people, brother. Hearts, brother. You are the best in our heart, and we will always support you. Keep on going. Go for the next championship. And he writes response, hearts, hearts, hearts. I just wanted to play ball.
The abuse Weems received.
And you know the love Jeremy Lin got when he played for the goddamn Knicks? Them fake Israelite camps was all over his nuts. Salakia, y'all, excuse me. Was all over his back. Sweating him. All of Jeremy Lin nice. No, you can't do that, brother. I used to be like, yo, leave that Moabite alone. Care about him. No, we gonna win the championship with Jeremy Lin. No, Jeremy Lin, he nice, he can ball. Look at Jeremy Lin. He gonna take the Knicks to the championship. You niggas will sell out for anything. And I'm saying niggas intentionally because you're placating and you're accepting their abuse. Nigga is just another word that means ignorant. No, it doesn't. Shut up.
Really was disrespectful. That word carried so much hurt, unfairness, and hatred that I couldn't put into words. CNN reached out to Weems, but did not immediately hear back. His last post on his official Weibo page, hearts. A surge of supportive comments from Chinese fans followed. Peace and love. We will always be behind you, one fan wrote. Another apologizing. I'm sorry. Are you all right now? We always support you and stay here with you. The incident follows what's been a tumultuous few years in which U.S.-China sports and politics have repeatedly clashed. In 2019, comments made by the then Houston Rockets GM in support of Hong Kong pro-democracy protests nearly severed a multi-billion-dollar deal between the NBA and China, by far its largest market outside of the U.S. In less than 3 weeks, Beijing will host the Winter Olympics. Publicly, China has worked to portray a welcome.
The NBA didn't do anything. The NBA hasn't done anything. The NBA didn't say, hey, Sam, man, come back over here, man. We're going to put you in the NBA. We got some teams we want you to play for. Come on, Sam. Come on, man. We ain't going to have that disrespect to our brothers. The NBA didn't say that. Sam, you really want to win a championship? You really want the championship? You can get the kingdom, brother. We can rule this earth under the Most High in Christ. Let's rule this planet. That's a real championship. That's something that we're going to really pop champagne to. That's something we really going to be walking through the streets and hearing cheers and adoration. And how Shai sets up the kingdom. The kingdom is established here on earth.
welcoming atmosphere ahead of the games. Speaking to the media on Monday in Beijing, former NBA star and Rocket Center Yao Ming, now president of the government-affiliated CBA, highlighted the role of sports in building bridges between countries.
There's bound to be traffic on bridges, so sometimes we see collisions. It may take some time to resolve some issues, but we want to keep the bridges intact.
But a rising nationalism, coupled with state media fanned claims that COVID-19 was
basically, let's keep the money good, niggas. All right, let's keep the money good now. Don't mess this money up. I'm Yao Ming. I'm a big, ugly, funky ass looking motherfucker. All right, let's keep this money good now. We gotta make sure this money right. Don't mess up the money now. The bridge is traffic on the bridge. And you know Chinese folks can't drive. So let's make sure we clear up the traffic. Because we got to make sure that the money comes through. Don't mess up the money now. Because they'll protest us. We want to make sure we make their money. Do they make their money? We make ours. Come on now.
Originally imported into China?
I need the money. Remember that from Set It Off? I need the money. I need that money.
But we want to keep the bridges intact.
Look how ugly Yao Ming is. Oh my goodness. This is who making y'all, this is what y'all eating. This is the food. Look at this. Yao Ming, I just seen Yao Ming. Y'all mean work over there in the bricks, at the Chinese restaurant in the bricks. He always, when somebody, hurry up and buy it. Where you want? Where you want? Hurry up! You want soup? You want soup? You want soy sauce with that? Soy sauce? I don't give you no pork fried rice. You didn't say no pork fried rice.
But a rising nationalism, coupled with state media fanned claims that COVID-19 was originally imported into China, have added to tensions between Chinese nationals and foreigners living in the country. And videos like this one fueling what is already a fiery relationship between China and the West. David Culver, CNN, Beijing.
Let me see it, y'all. Let me see it, y'all. Come on now. Let me see it.
Thank you. Thank you. Have a good night. Thank you. Thank you. Have a good night.
You call him a nigger.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Nigger, have a good night. Nobody want to talk about it now. All right, y'all. All right. Okay, Salaki about that, y'all. I was trying to find the actual where they used the word and everything, and how clear. I wanted y'all to hear how clear it was. We did just get the Steph Curry. Steph Curry. I didn't know Steph Curry was over there getting called nigga. They told Steph Curry, nigga, have a good night. They use nigga like nothing over there. That's their word over there. When you go play over there, they make sure they call you a nigga over there. Because they know everything about you and your history and what hurts you and what's hateful and racist. They understand that whole construct. That's why they come to your neighborhood and set up and own all the businesses in your neighborhood. Okay. All right, y'all. All right. Check us out tonight, 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. Commanding General Yahana, Black Watch News. Pay your tithes. Get your Passover information in. Oh, I see you. Oh, I see you, Coco. Okay? Making them garments and things. You know that. Get everything lined up. Okay? Let's appreciate our own, everybody. Let's respect and appreciate our own people, ourselves. And the greatest way to do that is to honor and worship the Most High God, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Your forefathers. Your forefathers. Yes, your forefathers are Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Yeah, they black, just like you. They the niggas that get called niggas. They the niggas. They the niggas in the NBA getting called nigga. They the ones getting shot in the street. That's us. It's the same people with the Bible. Yeah, absolutely. Jesus is a nigga. Ooh, y'all ain't know that. A nappy-headed nigga. A nappy-headed nigga that y'all can't stand. Everywhere, everybody can't stand and hate. When the Chinese see Jesus Christ, they're going to say, look at the nigga. The white man, here come the nigga. Who else? The Africans, the kata nigga. Kata. Cotton picking nigga. Kata. My brother, you want some flour? Cotton picking nigga. Filthy, disgusting heathens. All of them. All of them are your enemy. But you are the greatest people in the world. You're the greatest people on the planet. And stop changing yourself to be like them. Be who God calls you to be. With that, Israel Shalom. Most High in Christ. Oh, shalom, y'all.